Recording up at the recording. Alright. Okay. Into Revelry here. Alrighty. In my hometown Thames with a song for my hometown. Little old Thames, the Golden Gate to the peninsula. The valley. Up at the Thames Monument, up Waitahi Road. And this monument is to honour those who gave their lives fighting in World War I, 1914 to 1918, with all their names around this monument. And this monument reaching up there, and with the looks of a fresh paint there, which is awesome. Ground's looking good. Beautiful day here. I'm going to try and sing this song. Some people have just arrived. Best. Small town, big town dreams, way out on far it seemed, but we knew we'd always make it out. Restless in our teens, thought we knew everything, thought our youth could never live us out. Hey, like legends who die young, thinking we could live on the run. No one could tell us wrong, why we were the only ones. But we were right to be wrong, but little did we know, well, sometimes the good never make it home. Yeah, we were living to be free, like rebels without a cause, singing just like rock and roll never dies, singing just like rock and roll, it never dies, singing just like rock and roll, yeah, well, it never dies, that's right. Well, small town overdue on dreams, living for weekends, living for friends. Overtime in summer just don't feel right. Yeah, singing Fire Lake and Love Me 2 times please, against the wind like a cowboy we'd stand, singing just like rock and roll never dies, singing just like rock and roll, it never dies, singing just like rock and roll, yeah, well, it never dies again, singing just like rock and roll now, no, it never dies, yeah, singing just like rock and roll, it never dies, yeah, 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 we're like legends who die young, thinking we could live on the run, no one could tell us wrong, like we were the only ones, but we were right to be wrong, but little did we know, well, sometimes the good never make it home, no, no, like legends who die young, thinking we could live on the run, well, just like rock and roll never dies, singing just like rock and roll, oh, it never dies, singing just like rock and roll, oh, it never dies, come on, sing it just like rock and roll, it never dies, yeah, singing just like rock and roll, oh, it never dies, no, it never dies, singing just like rock and roll, no, it never dies. Oh, like legends who die young, thinking we could live on the run. No one could tell us wrong, like we were the only ones. We were right to be wrong, oh, but little do we know, sometimes the good never make it home. We were living to be free, like rebels without a cause. Yeah, singing just like rock and roll never dies. Singing just like rock and roll, oh, it never dies. Singing just like rock and roll, well, it never dies. Just like rock and roll, well, it never dies. Saying fire lake and love me 2 times, please. Against the wind like a cowboy would stand, singing just like rock and roll never dies. Ooh, just like rock and roll will never die. Singing just like rock and roll, well, it never dies. Just like rock and roll, hell, it never dies. Singing just like rock and roll, oh, it never dies. Alrighty, so I hope that was an alright take. And here at my hometown where I grew up, and that song was all about growing up here in Thames. First along the Thames coast of Wyoming, which I'll pan around in a second, and grew up there until I was 15. Got flooded out Wyoming Creek Road too many times because we were on the creek side up the end there, low lying, down a driveway, and then went down almost to the level of the creek. Flooded out heaps. Mum and Dad got real scared. It was just too much. 2-story house though. Concrete foundations were always right. But every time it rained, they never slept. So they eventually put the house on the market, and after years it sold eventually. And still the same colours actually, their house, as I go up the road and have a look. And it's very similar. And it's then we came into town when I was 15 and grew up, and went to Thames High School. I lived up on Mount Pleasant Road in Thames. But anyway, yeah, and it was all the good times we had growing up here, and it was awesome. It was an awesome place to grow up, along the Thames coast, you know, with the Firth of Thames and the bush and the creek right there, and Thames and Carolyn Valley, Yawa, Weho, Monga, Mountain. Anyway, but awesome times in Thames, and that song. With friends, and growing up with friends along here. That's the outtake. That's the long-winded outtake. So I'm gonna pan it. Yeah. Singing never dies. Singing just like rock and roll. Well, it never dies. Singing just like rock and roll. Well, it never dies. And singing just like rock and roll, yeah, it never dies. Down around. What 360 can't go do it. Alright. Okay, now coming back. And I'm just gonna go